Welcome. I know some of you have come quite a distance and haven't been to Birmingham before, but I think the majority are West Midlands Lupus group members and their families, so I'm very pleased to see you all here. We've got three excellent speakers today. We've got Professor Caroline Gordon, who is lead at the Lupus UK Centre of Excellence in Birmingham, and is a well-known lupologist. That's the new word, lupologist. We've got Dr. Ben Rhodes, who is consultant rheumatologist and also part of the Lupus UK Centre of Excellence based at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. And we've got Sarah Logan, who is a renal specialist nurse, but as far as we're concerned in this part of the country, she's still our Lupus UK specialist nurse. She was with us at Dudley for quite a while, but has now taken a new post in Birmingham doing renal lupus work, so she's still very much a part of our organisation. So welcome three of you, and thank you very much for coming along. We're very lucky in this part of the country that we have got excellent people who are involved with lupus work, excellent nurses, doctors, and they were always very willing to speak for us at meetings, and it's I really do feel I'm indebted to the three of you for accepting so promptly and easily this time and coming along for us, so thank you very much. Okay. Why did we choose today for our information day? Well, first of all, it could not be on a day when West Bromwich Albion were playing. Because if it was, I couldn't come because Peter wouldn't bring me. So that's our first criteria. But another point is that tomorrow, May the 10th, is actually World Lupus Day. Yeah, do you want to talk? Within Lupus UK, you will all have, if you're members and have received your Lupus UK News and Views magazine, you'll have received a poster and a sheet of stickers, which we hope you have put to use. And it's an excellent opportunity of World Lupus Day to be able to tell family and friends and colleagues, you know, what lupus is and what you're suffering from. I know it can be very difficult to tell your family and friends, but if you've got a special day like this, it just give an impetus, and it helps them to realise that, you know, when you say that you are tired, you're not tired, you're really washed out, you're really fatigued, and it does give them an opportunity to understand the problems that most of us go through. Okay. We also, within Lupus UK, we have always taken the view on World Lupus Day to concentrate on schools, and we do this bookmark for children that they can colour in the butterfly and the pretty butterfly poster. And the idea is that each child is given a bookmark, and they take it home, they will look at it. Oh, you haven't put it on? Yeah. They will look at it, their parents will look at it, and maybe grandma and granddad will look at it. And so we can cover 3 generations just through one little bookmark. I've got a different picture to you there. Right. Also on World Lupus Day, for the last few years we have asked that around 12:30, if you can manage it, tomorrow, that you text or email 10 people who haven't got lupus, and you tell them that it is World Lupus Day, and you tell them that Lupus UK exists to help lupus patients, and you ask them in turn to either email or text another 10 people who haven't got lupus, and so we hope that the chain will work. We don't really think that we've gone all around the world with it, but we can but try. Okay? Yeah. Another thing that we've started to do is a World Lupus Day coffee morning, and I know some of you have got them planned for tomorrow. If you haven't thought about it, or you haven't got anything organised, it doesn't have to be tomorrow. You know, any day in the week we'll do, and it doesn't have to be a mega event. You can just ask your neighbours in for a cup of coffee or something like that. I've decided that tomorrow morning after our service at church, I'm going to lock the doors and everybody's got to stop and have a cup of coffee. But, you know, I've got a confined audience. So, you know, that was one idea. But if you can sort of spread the word in that respect and raise a little bit of money with it, West Midlands Lupus Group is always pleased to receive any money from coffee mornings. I'm saying that with, you know, with my West Midlands hat on, not my Lupus UK hat on. Okay, yeah. This poster is the one that has been put forward by Lupus Europe this year for World Lupus Day. It's being used in a lot of the countries who are part of Lupus Europe. We don't actually think it is Lupus UK style, but it is being used elsewhere because a lot of the other countries haven't got the facilities to have their own posters and things done where we have. But if you see this one anywhere, this is the Lupus Europe poster. Yeah. Julian Lennon is a great ambassador for lupus. That is actually his 2011 Facebook picture. I couldn't save the one for this year, but he's very, very involved in America, and he sends messages all around the world to all different lupus groups. His main involvement is because his childhood friend, you know, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, song that was written about her, she was a very dear friend to them, and when she became ill and then subsequently died in 2009, he decided that he really had to do something to promote lupus. Yeah. Today has been, obviously you've been ticketed so that we would have an idea of numbers, but there hasn't been any charge. But obviously Lupus UK has got to pay for the room and the equipment. So you can help today if you wish to. We've got a raffle going on down at the back. Mark and Mandy will be very pleased to sell tickets to you. There is a collecting bucket by the refreshments in the atrium where you will go at 20 to 3 for a cup of coffee. And, well, we've got a couple of collecting buckets around the place, so if you would like to throw a coin into that, we would be very appreciative. Yeah. For those of you, I thought it was going to say, yeah. For those of you who have parked on the NCP High Street car park, before you leave, if you go to reception, they will give you, I don't know whether they sign your ticket or give you a voucher for reduced parking. So if you do that before you leave today, just go to reception and ask them for a discount for High Street NCP. Questions and answers at the end, rather than ask each speaker their questions at the time that they're giving their presentation, that's if it's okay with you, which sort of drags you out and alters the time span. We will do a question and answer section at the end. In your folder, you will find a printed form. If you've got any questions, if you want to write the question onto that paper, you can put your name, but it's not obligatory, and hand it into the desk. Oh, are you waving to me, Chris? To you? Yeah. If you'll give the forms to Chris, he's at the back doing all the aeroplane signals. If you give them to Chris, and then perhaps the speakers can sort out who's going to take which question. And, yeah. Did I do the fire drill? I did, right, okay. I've got Lucas, I tend to forget things. Okay. Right. So, all that remains is to say, to enjoy the afternoon. I know that you will all go out knowing something about lupus that you didn't know before you came in. Please do talk to each other afterwards. I know there are people here who have never met anyone else who's got lupus. So I think we're all friendly, and no one will say, no, I'm not going to speak to you. So please do mingle, and I'm sure our speakers will be happy to respond to anything as well. So we've got 3 excellent speakers, and do you want something, Joe? Yeah. Those who don't know, this is Jane Dunn, who's Chair
of Lupus UK. I'm sorry to disrupt things, but this is a very important occasion to us. Yvonne, as you all know, has given tremendous amount of energy and involvement and an awful lot of hard work and thought to the charity. And the trustees and the council of Lupus UK have decided that they wanted to mark this by giving to Yvonne the honorary vice presidency of the charity, and to Peter, an honorary membership of the charity because of the work that they've done. So I wanted to just do that with all of you here because this is your home turf, and this is the lady who has put so much work into getting the charity going, different ideas, working in Europe as well. And she's not expected this. We dropped her on it. We don't want to make a big song and dance about it, but we would like to give you this paperweight as a mark of our recognition for everything that you've done, and our very, very sincere and grateful thanks to you. I don't know whether...
Often when I'm stuck for words. I'm bowled over, that's all I can say.
There you are.
Thank you. Oh, that is beautiful.
It's the bottom line, paperweight.
That's gorgeous. Thank you very much.
We mustn't disrupt everything any further.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you. Well, I thank all the trustees and I presume National Council are in on it.
Yeah.
Wait a bit. And there is somebody else actually that we need to honour for his sterling work and commitment to Lupus UK. And that of course is Peter, Yvonne's husband, who not only does work in his own right, he also supports Yvonne. And we would like to thank him with an honorary life membership of Lupus UK.
This really is unexpected. Didn't expect this, and can I just say just thank you to Lupus UK for presenting this to me and making me my membership. Really good treasure, and thank you very much.